Hi, I'm Juanita, and you may not be able to see this, but I'm going to show you, and then hopefully you can see this, and then you're going to know why we have to do what we have to do today. Can I see it in the reverse camera? No, I can't. I'm going to have to turn around and zoom in. But I can see it, and it's looming, but I don't know which direction it's going in. Right up here. Oh, that's my finger all blurry. We've got a hot air balloon. And if there's one thing I know about this area and hot air balloons, it's that this weekend is the Hot Air Balloon Festival, which means I need to crochet a hot air balloon. Do I actually need to crochet a hot air balloon? I think it's there in this video. Yes, it's about there. No, I don't need to, but I've just worked out that I can, and I should, because often they fly over our place on the Saturday morning. And if I can just crochet a hot air balloon by Saturday, I could have a very nice shot of my hot air balloon with a real hot air balloon. And we'll see if this is a thing. If you ever see this video, it was a success. Or a train wreck. It's hard to know which. Right, for you to make your own hot air balloon, first of all, we're just going to make a magic ring with 6 single crochet, increase in every one, so you've got 12 stitches. Then, you guessed it, we're going to single crochet and then increase, and we're going to end up with 18. Guess what the row 4 is? More of the same. 2 single crochet and then an increase. You see we're getting the circular shape coming out. The hexagonal shape is going to disappear. So next row we're going to go 3 single crochet and then an increase. That's going to take us out to 30 stitches. Then our next row is 4 single crochet and then an increase. So we're now up to 36 stitches. You'll notice it starts sort of bulging out in the middle. We are now just going to change colour in that last stitch. Now our changing colour in the last stitch, we're just going to do a full row in a new colour. This I'm calling the contrast colour. It doesn't matter what your contrast colour is, I'm just using these two. So the next row you're going to do the same thing again, but in the last stitch just change colour back to your original. So we've got one regular stripe. Now we're going to stab stitch all the way around. So you're going to do 2 single crochet and then you're going to do the next single crochet into the stitch below, which is just going to give you these longer legs. You don't need to do this, you can just do it in stripes if you like. I just thought I would do this because I've been doing this a lot lately, believe it or not. So once you've completed that row, the next row is just a row of regular single crochet. So we've got a row of the stabs, just like right here. They sort of just pop up into the top of the balloon when you turn it the right way around. And then when we're the other way, then we're doing one row of just regular single crochet. So we've got a row of stab stitches followed by a row of single crochet. Now we're just going to increase this until we've got, I think it's about 5 or 6 of the contrasting colours. You can make it whatever you want. I've got about 5 or 6 of the contrast colours. So 5 rows of the contrast and then 6 rows of the blue, because there's the blue on the top and there's the blue on the bottom, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So we're just going to keep going around until we've got the length. It is a pretty stitch, and it does hide the jogs. Are they called jogs in crochet, or are they just called jogs in knitting? It hides the part where you're changing colour at the very start of the row. So here we are, finally at the point where we've got all of our stripes done. When we've got the 5 contrasting stripes, what we're going to do is just do one row of the stab stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease. So when we've got the stab stitching in, we're going to decrease it in. So what we're going to do here is just in the front loop only, 3 single crochet and then a decrease. Now mark the inside of your first back loop, because we're going to come back and we're going to seam up in those back loops, but in the front loops in this row we're doing our decreases. So it's 3 single crochet and then a decrease. So then what we're going to do is 2 rows of single crochet, or 3 rows of single crochet, depending on how deep you want your balloon in the regular loops. We're going to stuff our balloon at this point. Now we're stuffing it up to the point of those back loops only. So in the back loops from earlier, we're going to do 2 single crochet and then a decrease all the way around. This of course is always a bit of a pain when you're trying to start a new piece of yarn in the back loops while we're trying to decrease and you've got it stuffed. But, you know, I believe in you. I believe in me. If I can do it, you can do it. So, of course, you know, of all the fun things to show you in a video in long form, here is me doing some single crochets and some decreases in those back loops. Now, you can do them as invisible decreases, or you can do them as just a regular decrease. It doesn't matter. This bit is not really going to be seen at all, because we're just closing up the inside of our balloon so that we've got this little extra bit. It's kind of like a light bulb shape almost, but it's just a bit of an overhang before the bit gets sealed off. I don't even know how to explain how or why, but mostly it just looks better to have a bit of an overhang. Right, so there we go, just carrying that on. We're just going to close that row up, and we've got this little bit of an overhang. So we're now just going to do a single crochet and a decrease all around this hole, and that's going to be fun to watch. You're not having to use just the single loops. We're going to use the whole stitch this time round. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do our decrease and finish off on our last row. Then we're going to just cut the yarn and we'll be able to seal up that hole. So that's completed our balloon, basically, but we're not completed the whole thing. What we've got to do next is make the basket. Now, I'm going to apologise in advance for how bad my basket photography is. I didn't realise how bad it was until I started editing this video. And if there was any time left this week, I would redo it. So there's our little shape. Looks a little bit hot air balloony, looks a bit light bulby. We're just going to stitch in that hole there. I'm just going to put a little bit more stuffing because I do like things to be overstuffed. So just popping a little bit more in there. Good times, good times. So at this point, this is the day after when I first saw the hot air balloons in the sky. Decided that I was going to do this. Of course, there's my little container that everyone says, "Oh, do you have gum?" And I'm like, "No, I've got a box where my sister gave me gum," and I decided to keep the box for my needles because it's a great size. Yep, do I remember to put them all back there? No, I don't. So here's some exciting footage of me stitching up the top of this hot air balloon, but not actually stitching it all up in view, because why would I want it all in view? You know, the people like to be kept guessing. At some point I'm going to sit down and do a tutorial where everything makes sense. So once you've stitched up the hole, just sort of thread through your balloon, which you can't see there, and it's not going to come undone because it's just not. We've already stitched up the bottom. We now need to do our basket on the bottom. So the basket itself, let's just trim this bit here off, is slightly smaller than our gap at the bottom of the balloon. So in some brown, or it doesn't really matter, I just decided to go with brown because I was thinking hot air balloons, aesthetic brown basket, very nice. Very nice, we'll have a brown one. So we're just going to make a magic loop and we're going to do 6 single crochet in our magic loop, and that's going to form the bottom of our basket. Now I'm using a 4mm crochet hook and some DK yarn. I think it's a DK, but it's a thicker DK. It's almost worsted, to be honest. You can use any size you want. I have been thinking I should try doing it with one of those big massive blanket yarns that everybody likes to see just how big this balloon comes up. But to be honest, I quite like it in the DK size. Next row, we're just going to increase in every stitch, which is going to give us 12. Now I figured what this balloon can become is I could make a whole stack of them, and they could be a really cool decoration across the top of a roof. I could make it into a mobile. I could make them even smaller, and they could be Christmas tree decorations. I mean, does anyone have a big burning desire to have a hot air balloon? Probably not. I mean, many moons ago, it was popular to have those murder mystery parties. I had a murder mystery party, and the theme involved hot air balloons. I can't remember how the theme involved hot air balloons. I think there was a hot air balloon ride, and somebody died or something. I don't know. Can't remember the storyline, but I did give all my party guests a hot air balloon on a suction cup or on a magnet. I can't quite remember, but it was like a glass balloon. Anyway, we're going to increase out just a little bit more here. So we have now got a single crochet and an increase, so that you can't see that whatsoever, which is going to take us out to 18 stitches. This is where my filming is just brilliant. I think I was having a conversation and not paying a lot of attention, to be completely honest. Yeah. So we're going to go 2 single crochet and an increase, which will take us out to 24. Not that you'd know, because I'm not showing you. Yeah, so I did give everybody these, I think it was fridge magnet hot air balloons, I think, and they were glass. I remember that much. But what I could have done, if this was now, is make the hot air balloon for whoever it is that solved the murder. But I don't know if anyone's doing hot air balloon murder mystery parties anymore. Right, now what we're not doing any more increases, what we're going to do is we're going to do just a row of single crochet in the back loops only. From memory, at some point we're going to actually start seeing the crochet, because I'm going to remember to look in the viewfinder and discover that I'm not filming anything useful. But you can sort of see there that by going into the back loops only, the crochet's turned direction, we've got a bit of an edge to our basket. It's going to be lovely when we see it. Any moment now, any moment now, any moment now. Yeah, well, probably, there we go. Sort of. There we go. Now let's film it as if we can just cover up the fact that we didn't just boo-boo the whole thing. We're now just going to do another row of single crochet all the way around. No increases, no decreases. I think what you're going to want is just 2 more rows at this point of single crochet all the way around. Then just slip stitch and finish off. That will give you a little basket. Now, your hot air balloon, of course, is not functional because we're making it out of yarn. However, the basket can hold something. I'm still trying to think what I could put in my basket. I'm very tempted to make a tiny chicken or a tiny duck. What I could have done, thinking back, is put a cream egg. Yes, I could have put a cream egg in there and hung it up before Easter, and then had a secret cream egg. Anyway, we've got our little basket. Now we need the strings that are going to attach it to the balloon. Now you'll notice you've got 28 stitches, I think, in the bottom of your balloon, and you've got 24 stitches in your basket. So in the basket you're going to want to put chains of 10, 6 stitches apart, and in the balloon they're going to be 7 stitches apart, just to make them nice and even. It'll go out ever so slightly. Well, the house plants have now been picked up, and I finished crocheting my, oh, there we go, we came for a ride. Finished crocheting the hot air balloon, which is cool, which means I just need to keep an eye out for hot air balloons. Well, I finished my hot air balloon. I'm quite happy with my hot air balloon. What I now just need is to see the rest of the hot air balloons in the festival. I'm looking at this weather, worrying, because all I really want is a shot of my hot air balloon next to a hot air balloon, and then maybe to give my hot air balloon to a hot air balloon pilot. I need to hang on to my hot air balloon at all times over the next few days. Right, it's stupid o'clock in the morning. Here is my hot air balloon against a backdrop of hot air balloons in my chubby unicorn pajamas. Ooh, balloon. I'll try and zoom in on some balloons. In the meantime, you can make this one. It can dangle. You can put something in there. Much excitement. Now let's see the actual balloons a little bit more.